I like this football team. I like the personalities that we have. I like the character that we have on this team. I think guys can go out there and make plays. I'm excited about this team.
Herbert still on his feet. He's got the mobility. Touchdown, Chargers.
All right, so our first question.
Jack boys, man, what it do?
We ballin', we iced out, make plays, have fun.
Go, man.
Yes, sir. Ball out on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Ball out, you know that.
Welcome to Chargers HQ, powered by Toyota. I'm your host, Haley Elwood. It's officially Week 13, and the Bolts will close out their series against the AFC East with tomorrow's game against the New England Patriots. But before we get to that matchup, Joey Bosa had a career performance in last week's game against the Buffalo Bills, and lucky for us, he was wired for sound. Let's take a listen in Mic'd Up, powered by Bose.
Welcome back to Bills Stadium in Buffalo. 7-6. Buffalo with the lead. About 6.5 to play here in the first quarter. It'll be Allen, and Allen can't get anywhere. Met immediately by Joey Bosa.
Easy on the head. Good job. Good play, boy. Watch the head. Let's go. Let's get off.
Allen going to keep it. And he'll get a couple to the 20-yard line. On first down, deep drop. And that pass batted right back at the quarterback. No.
Is it not a fucking strip? I'd be devastated.
You're kicking another trash can. If that's not a strip, they're going to line up trash cans for you to kick.
Yeah, whatever.
On first down, and this is Allen again, and now he tries to...
Not today, buddy. What the f*** am I supposed to do? I'm tackling him. Are you good, man? I didn't try to hurt the man. You know I don't do that. He's f***ing huge. What am I supposed to do? Let him run me over?
This is a 2nd and 10. Barkley to throw, under pressure, and goes down.
Ah, you! Let's go, man! Let's go! I mean, it was a free runner. Free runner.
Yes!
Free
How
runner.
deep they are. They just rush 3. They're going to drop. Rush 4, drop 7.
Setting up the screen, and that's going to go nowhere.
Hell yeah, Ray. Hell yeah, Ray. Keep them coming.
Keep balling, bro.
Hey, you got to stop him
This
first
is a big
down.
series now.
We stop him first down right here.
Come on, man, we got it.
4th down, they're going to come away with a touchdown.
Allen pulls it down and goes down.
Let's f***ing go! Should have had the f***ing ball there, bro. Should have had the ball.
You and I, okay?
Singletary again. And continues to run hard. Now loose ball. It is. And the Chargers come up with it.
Man, you got that up! You got that up! I'm honestly not sure if I'm mic'd up though. I don't see any cameras or anything.
They just looked around and I'm like, there are so many cameras up.
I know, but they're probably not for me. Probably getting all the good shots and film.
Allen are well aware of that.
Lost the football. Still loose on the ground.
There go Joey! Let's go! I got that! Get the f*** off me, you fat.
If that's Joey Bosa, he deserves a game ball, Greg, if they're able to win this football game. He's had 3 sacks in this game. He's made a lot of big stops in the running game.
Get the f*** off me!
Going crazy, Joey.
I took that right from you!
Joey, go the ball. You check every box today. Go crazy. They cannot block you.
I just get aggressive when I really get hyped.
What else do you want me to do? I gotta try to get him.
Good.
You be
I
doing
turn into a different guy when I get mad.
crazy brother.
That's good.
I love it. Where's 2-5 at? My bad, dog.
You're good, bro. I've been talking like a maniac all day. You're good.
Allen under pressure, got rid of it and is intercepted.
That's you, baby. That's all you. That's all you, JJ. That's how you change the game, baby. That's all you. Come on, Mikey. When I see you at the gym, don't talk to me. Huh? In the offseason. Why not? I thought we were friends.
Looking a little winded right now. Trying the left side, and this one is put to a halt.
I'm a f***ing animal! Animal, dog! I'm a f***ing beast! You're a inspiration out there, dude. It's crazy.
Coming up, we preview Patriots Chargers with Daniel Jeremiah, and later, we take a trip down memory lane with some of the Chargers' former offensive linemen. This segment of Chargers HQ was powered by Pacific Premier Bank. Welcome back to Chargers HQ, powered by Toyota. Joey Bosa's performance in last Sunday's game cannot be overstated. So here's Daniel Jeremiah and Chris Hayre breaking down more of what they saw from number 97, as well as who he'll be facing in Patriots QB Cam Newton in Film Room, powered by YouTube TV.
What's up, guys? Welcome to a Week 13 edition of Film Room, powered by YouTube TV. Here with Daniel Jeremiah. And DJ, let's just start with this. I'm going to read Joey Bosa's stat line that you put up on Twitter.
How much time do we have?
Yeah, right? 8 tackles, 3 sacks, 6 tackles for loss, 5 quarterback hits, a fumble recovery, and I'm going to add this. Maybe the best mic'd up I've ever seen.
It was gold. So as good as Joey played, I think the mic'd up segment, being able to hear what was going on as well as I can show you what we saw, what was going on. Quite impressive here, Chris.
DJ, what do you got cooked up for us today?
Well, let's do a little Bosa here from that game against Buffalo, just to kind of show you how special he is. He's got everything you'd want in an edge rusher and an edge defender. And it's not just the sacks, it's what he does against the run. I want to show you this first play here. See Bosa lined up at the top as the right end. You're going to see the center and the tackle are going to both pull out to the perimeter, and they're going to actually try and get outside with the quarterback run, and they're going to try and crack Bosa with the receiver, which I apologize to Gabriel Davis. This was not a good assignment for you here to try and make this block. But watch Bosa. He's going to read the pullers, and watch him just get right on the hip of the center, get right inside of him, hug the hip, and then Josh Allen has absolutely nowhere to go. He's already beat the crack block. He's on the hip. Just see it and then be able to chest up one of the biggest quarterbacks in the National Football League, wrap him, and get him on the ground.
You said it was the best performance you've seen Bosa have in the NFL. What was it like for you watching that in real time?
They couldn't block him, and you saw it in the mic'd up with all the energy that he was playing with. It was just a true big time performance. I'll give you one more here, Chris. This is my favorite one because this is a classic kind of a push-pull move here coming off the top. Again, the hand's going to be inside. Get the hands inside. You see the tackle's hands. Look at the tackle's hands, how he gets so wide here as he's trying to load up and trying to clamp on to Bosa. If you don't get your hands inside on him, you've got no shot because he's going to bull you like he did the first time. This time he's going to grab you, push, and pull. Frees himself. Look at the balance that he has to avoid going to the ground here as he turns the corner. That recovery, and then to be able to get to Josh Allen once again, get a big quarterback on the ground for a 7-yard loss. It was textbook teaching tape from Joey Bosa in this game.
All right, DJ, next on YouTube TV, a former league MVP, only 9 completions last week, but a couple of weeks ago, 365 yards. Cam may not be having an MVP type season, but he's still Cam Newton.
Yeah, he's still Cam Newton, and if you're the Chargers, coming off of a week where you saw Josh Allen pick up some first downs running with his legs, you're going to have that challenge again here with maybe the only quarterback that's bigger than Josh Allen in the NFL, Cam Newton, who's like a linebacker back there in the backfield. And you're going to have to worry about him on designed quarterback runs. It's not going to be as much scrambling around with him. They're going to be called runs where they're able to pick up an extra blocker. I want to show you this lead run that they've done a lot, especially over the last few weeks. You're going to see this big fullback in the backfield, almost like an H-back, And it's really, we kind of called this like, it's a lead or called a quarterback follow, where quarterback's just going to take the snap. You're going to follow that lead block up into the hole. You pick up that extra blocker. It's not a bad job by the inside linebacker to take him on, but you've got hats for hats, because when you've got a quarterback design in these quarterback runs, Chris, you just completely change the math.
All right, DJ, one more from Cam here on YouTube TV.
Yeah, we've seen the lead here. Now, this is going to be something that you see around the league. We've seen a lot of this, which is the zone read game here, which is good. You got to be disciplined when you're coming off the edge. You got to be assignment sound. You've got to have somebody to account for the quarterback. You see Buda Baker, he's going to walk up here off the edge. He's coming, but he's got to stay on top of this back. If he can stay on top of the back, he's going to be able to adjust downhill to try and make a play on him if it's a give. But if Cam Newton keeps it, he's in good position. But he ends up crashing down flat. When he crashes down flat, Cam does a great job of reading it. That's why he obviously called a zone read. He does a nice job of reading it. He's going to pull it out. There goes Cam Newton. Now he's eventually going to catch up to him. You get a big penalty here on Isaiah Simmons, but look where he is. Picked up the first down, ends up being a 14-yard run. You tack on the 15 yards with the penalty. So you're going to have to worry about Cam Newton on those design inside runs, those follows, those leads, where he's got a lead blocker. Then you're going to have to be disciplined on the zone read game out on the perimeter. I think if the Chargers make this a passing game for the Patriots, I think they feel good about things. They'll be able to rush Cam Newton. You won't see a very consistent thrower, but you've got to stop him as a runner in this football game if you're going to come out with a win.
When we return, we find out more about what being a member of the Chargers offensive lines in the mid-2000s was like in this new installment of Roll Call, powered by Bud Light.
I would come up and it was my job to give a number and give assignments out, and he'd be like, hit me, and he'd be like, hey, knock that off. I don't need it. I know the call. I know what we're doing here. He's like, all right, man. Yes, sir.
This segment of Chargers HQ was powered by Toyota. Welcome back to Chargers HQ, powered by Toyota. When you think of the Chargers teams in the mid to late 2000s, naturally you think of players like LaDainian Tomlinson, Antonio Gates, and Sean Merriman. But the unsung heroes of those years were probably members of the team's offensive lines. I got a chance to get an inside look at what those units were like in this new installment of Roll Call, powered by Bud Light.
Another fifth?
Look at Marcus.
Marcus, is your mom helping you get on Zoom?
What's going on, everyone, and welcome to Roll Call, powered by Bud Light. Now, Bud Light is all about celebrations, and today we're celebrating a reunion with members of the Chargers offensive line who helped clear the way for LaDainian Tomlinson. So from left to right, Marcus McNeil, Chris Dielman, Nick Hardwick, Jeremy Clary. Guys, the band is pretty much back together here. How's it going? Thanks for doing this.
No, thanks for having us. Yeah, thanks for having us. It's been too long, dudes. It's been way too long.
This is my first Zoom call, not with my kids.
Ever?
So I've never done a Zoom call. Ever.
All right, well, we're going to kick things off with a quote from Chris Dielman. You've always had a way with words, but about the offensive line, you said, and I quote, "We were just a bunch of mean mother." So I know we can't talk about this group without talking about Mike Goff and Shane Olivier, who are not with us right now on this call, but Dielman, you can kickstart it. What made these Chargers offensive lines from the mid 2000s to late 2000s just so good?
Well, I think it started with the fact that we stayed together for so long. So Marcus and me and Nick and Clary and Goff and Olivier, when he was in there, we were together for so long. We knew what each other was thinking. We knew each other's attitudes. We knew what we all were good at, and we bonded in together, and we were mean mother, and it was fun. Beating the shit out of people, and we did it a lot.
I think to Chris's point about knowing one another so well, he would get mad at us if we come up to the line and make any calls. So it was like I would come up and it was my job to give a number and give assignments out, and he'd be like, hit me, and he'd be like, hey, knock that off. I don't need it. I know the call. I know what we're doing here. He's like, all right, man. Yes, sir. And I mean, when we talk about mean motherfuckers, where he's talking about himself, and he brought that attitude to the room. And I think
100%.
Everybody on our line felt safer when he was right next to us. It was like, we can do anything we want as long as Chris is in here.
So we talk about personalities. You got the tough guy in Dielman. You got the competitive guy in Clary. Marcus, you're a prankster. Nick, you're a prankster. Okay, the little story, and Nick, you can take it from here. I heard that there's a story that you were naked in the trophy case of the lobby at the facility. Is this true?
Yeah, so they were remodeling the lobby at the front. It was the old AFC Championship trophy from that 1995 year when the Chargers went to the Super Bowl. And so they were getting rid of like a 4-foot tall trophy case. It was probably 3 by 3 with a glass top on it. And I'm coming into the building. It's super early on a Friday. And Greg Minuski, the linebackers coach at the time, who's still probably circulating around the NFL at one point, he goes, "Man, you know what I would do if I were you? I'd get butt naked and sit in that thing and wait for everybody to come to work." And I was like, "How am I going to get in there?" And he's like, "I'll help." And he grabs the lid off of the thing and he sets it down on the ground. And I take my clothes off and I just crawl up in there and started sitting crisscross applesauce and put my hands there. And then I just closed my eyes. And as everybody walked by, they started snapping pictures. And Minuski's sitting inside, just kind of hanging out. And so really all the credit goes to Greg Minuski. I just had the balls to do it.
Literally.
Yeah. all over the trophy stand. Yeah.
Welcome back to Chargers HQ, powered by Toyota. In December 2006, Chargers fans were witnesses to history when LaDainian Tomlinson broke the record for the most rushing touchdowns in a single season. Let's relive that moment with the guys who cleared the way for him in this next segment of Roll Call, powered by Bud Light. Okay, so let's get to December 10th, 2006.
All right, the chant at full throttle, stirred to a frenzy. They want the record. Tomlinson off the left side. Tomlinson sidesteps. Hello, history books.
What do you guys remember about that game, about that day, and just the memories of it being one of the pinnacle moments in Chargers football history?
Tell me if I'm wrong, because I've heard multiple stories, but the way I remember it was we scored, we tied the record, then we got the ball and we came back down and we were doing it. And then in the huddle, LT's like, "All right, I'm going to do it right here. Like, we're going to break this record." And I remember having tears in my eyes and I kept thinking to myself, don't f this snap up. But LT's like, "Hey, when I break this record, everybody's going to run to me in the court of the end zone and lift me up." Is that that's how I remember it?
Yeah. I mean, I think we definitely game planned it before he scored a touchdown, but I just don't think it was like, I think we were more worried about the game plan than actually breaking the record. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were locked in.
He breaks the record. You do lift him up, as it sounds like, Nick, he had originally wanted. Dielman, you had said, he's a king. That's what a king gets. From your point of view, from you guys of doing the kind of grunt work to make that happen, just what did it feel like? And what was that moment like, Dielman?
Well, having LT as your running back definitely makes your job a lot easier. So that helped out a lot. That moment, that was all the hard work that all of us had put in there. And granted, LT he's a fucking Hall of Famer. He was a beast. But man, the 5 of us threw in and Lorenzo, because he was just another like pulling guard when he's on his feet. But it was all of us fighting together. We've been battling, and that is an honor for LT. Obviously, he'll get all the recognition. But man, the 5 of us, that we all contributed to that because of all hard work, and we had some good coaches back then. And just through all that and battling, and that's what we're supposed to do. We're old linemen. You're supposed to do it. You're supposed to make a big ass hole, and thank God we had LT, and he got through it a lot.
I've had such a great time with you guys today. This has been such an honor. Thank you for letting me be part of it. Here's some of those stories. I've so appreciated it. And it's been so great to get you guys back together. So thank you so much for doing this.
Of course.
Thanks for the opportunity. It was fun.
That'll do it for this week's Chargers HQ, powered by Toyota. We'll be back next week with more Bolts content to get you ready for the Week 14 game against the Atlanta Falcons. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Haley Elwood. Good night.